we're here. We're doing it.
That's great.
We look gorgeous.
Yes, we do.
Hey everyone, it's Mera Mangle.
And Pangina Heels.
And welcome to another Mangled morning. Woo! You got your special cup inside your cup there,
I
girl?
know.
I love that. We are in Vegas. You're in the United States, first of all.
Isn't that insane? And I'm meeting you for the first time. I'm such a fan.
I know, we've actually spent about 2 days together now.
Yes. Kind of crazy because we just met, but the times we've been hanging out, it feels like we've known each other.
Yeah.
It's like really fun. So I'm really glad. Because I'm a fan of the channel, girl.
Yeah, I'm so excited you're here. I mean, it's funny because the last time I was in Vegas was for my birthday.
Yeah.
And I remember you, did a birthday post for me, which was so sweet, so nice.
Aww.
And so I'm glad that we're able to do this. So far you've been to New York and Boston.
New York, Boston, going to Chicago. There's so many places I'm going to.
Nice. And how long are you here for?
2 months.
You're posting about all your shows, so
I do.
if you live in the States, you're gonna be kind of hard to miss.
Yeah.
Catch you at some point.
My shoulders are very hard to miss as well. So, yeah.
It's gonna be all about Pangina's life, Drag Race Thailand, all of that, her journey. This is your journey.
Sure.
This is a look back on your life.
Okay.
But before we get started, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like the video, and join the Patreon where you can see all kinds of additional content you can't see on YouTube. Plus, you're helping support the channel. Okay, so let's first start off by talking about how did you get into drag?
Like most people, on Halloween, you buy a wig from the dollar store and just enjoy yourself. But for me, there was a competition, a Lady Gaga competition, and if you win, dressing up as Lady Gaga, you get to come to New York, and everything is paid for. And so I was like, I want to enter this competition. I've never done drag before. I had one stick of eyeliner and I used it all over my face. I looked like a raccoon's anus. And I was like having the best time of my life. Awesome. I didn't know that eyeliner was just supposed to be for your eyes only. And I was just like, okay, it's perfect for the lips as well and everything else. And then I got to come to New York, sit in a limousine.
You won.
I won. I got to sit in a limousine, watch Lady Gaga, passed out halfway through because I was drunk and excited to see her. And basically...
Who was this through? Like officially Lady Gaga or what?
No, it was like a radio channel that no longer existed. It was just an amazing experience because it taught me a lesson in life. Yeah. Basically, like out of 10 people, one person saying something negative to you, the other 9 people are like, fierce work, amazing. And I was like, this is what drag does to people. It basically cuts to the chase with people and it makes people so happy and it made me so happy. So that's how I got into drag.
Well, and as Lady Gaga says, there can be 100 people in the room.
And she says that a lot.
Or like 99 or whatever, whatever it was. When was this? What year was this?
Like 2011.
So you've been doing it 10 years?
I've been in drag officially for almost 11 years now, and I'm so sorry that this is all you get. I was a dancer before as well, and I was really into the art of whacking as well.
I do that too every night.
I know, it's kind of different. What I do is a dance from the 70s, which is very few people know what it is, because a lot of people know voguing. But whacking is from Los Angeles, 1970s to disco music. Is a type of underground dance. The dancers look at drag queens.
Oh.
So I was really interested in it, and wouldn't it be amazing if a drag queen could whack as well?
Obviously, you just got the bug, and you just how quickly did you start doing drag full time from that point?
I did it a lot because it was so liberating.
Yeah.
It was so fun, and I love just, having a glass, a bottle, 2 bottles of wine, and would just go out into the public, and it just feels so liberating, and it felt so freeing just to do it, because society would tell you that a man dressing up in female's clothes or putting on wigs is wrong.
Why you're pointing at me?
Yeah, I mean, clearly. And it's just, I love saying F you to the society.
What is the drag culture like in Thailand?
We're because of Drag Race Thailand and because of certain figures in Thailand that's creating awareness, it's becoming more popular, but we're getting there. I think people are understanding it much more than we did previous to RuPaul, but we've always had drag. We just don't have that term in Thai word.
I told you this the other night, but I was in Thailand before Drag Race Thailand even aired, and I went to the Stranger Bar.
Holla!
M. Stranger Fox.
M. Stranger Fox. Yes.
And my journey in Asia was one of the few countries where I feel like I talked to the most people. People were very friendly. So I Ubered to the gay area, and the man drops me off at an alleyway, and I was like, "This ain't right.
It's
There's no
probably
way
so
this is
too.
right."
Yeah.
And then you get there, and I always say it's the most beautiful alley you've ever seen in your life. Think about a gay alley. It couldn't be any better.
Yeah.
You've made a huge name for yourself that quick, just in the short time you've been doing drag, right?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I've been doing it for 10 years, but seriously, I've been doing it for like 5 years, and I've never quit, and you know.
Never even taken breaks or anything?
I just love what I do. I think I was born onto this earth to be a drag queen, and at many points I wanted to quit, but drag just really healed me, and that's because of my name, Pangina Heals. It really does heal me. Like whenever I feel horrible as a boy, dress up as a woman, go outside putting on high heels. Time plus conversation plus love just really helped me become a better person and made me love myself more. So I couldn't just quit it. It's like my medicine. It's what heals me and other people as well.
Yeah, it fulfills you.
Yeah, it fulfills me. Yeah.
You mentioned that's how your name came. How did your name come about?
I watched Pangina on Drag Race season 2, I think.
One.
Oh, shit. Oh my god. It was on season 1, and I was so inspired to have an Asian representation and also her story, and she was just the fashion queen, and I was just like, oh my god, Pangina. But it has a heels, my last name, because I like wearing high heels. Pangea used to be a supercontinent, and I think drag, dancing, and dick finding brings people together. And so, there you go, Pangina Heels. And I think I heal people as well. As, you know, when I opened my club, the House of Heels, many people have told me, like, I went through a lot of things. When I come to your club, I feel much better afterwards.
When did you open the club?
Last year. Okay. Last year.
What a great year to do that.
I know, right? Yeah. Oops, I'm sorry. I swear a lot.
We talked about that a little bit off camera as well. That's been a huge challenge because you guys had reopened, but then stuff escalated again and had to shut back down. Do you have any, I guess, timeline of when you could potentially reopen?
As soon as possible, and I think you guys would really enjoy it because we not only have the best, you know, drag showcase, but also singers, live singers as well.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
The pictures always look like it's a ball.
Oh, thank you. Severals.
Yeah, several balls, yeah. Speaking of dick. Full circle. Okay, so let's get to Drag Race Thailand.
Okay.
How did you first hear about this? How did you get involved with it?
Well, the first time Pite Kantana Perry approached me about it, I was just like screaming really hard. I was just working in a nightclub and I was just like doing my own gig, and he was like, oh, I kind of want you to be the host of the show. And I was like, what the fuck? This is a show I've watched all my life. Literally, I would watch Untuck and just put on makeup because I didn't know how to do it. We don't have a school, girl. There is no a school for drag. When you do drag, either you ask someone to do it, you look on YouTube, but back in the day, there's not a lot of YouTube.
There wasn't a lot of good stuff.
No, there isn't. I would watch Manila Luzon's tutorial video over and over and over again just to do my face. And so when Pite said that, would you be interested? I was like, yeah, but then it was like 5 years in the making. Like it was like 5 years, and then when it actually happened, it was like, oh my god, this is really happening.
Perfect timing. So it took 5 years for the show to get started?
Yeah.
Wow. Because it was the first ever spin-off.
I think he told me.
Franchise.
Yeah, for sure. And he told me that it was going to happen, but then I think it was like around 5, maybe 3 years. I was drinking heavily that time. So, but probably 3 years before he actually said, this is happening, we're filming. Yeah.
And I meant to say, today's episode is sponsored by Line Mobile, Biore, and 18. Look, 18 again.
Really?
No.
You're stupid. I was like, did they buy this channel?
No, I was just thinking about season 1 where especially in season 1, the ads are just like...
It's so obvious.
Right, there's no discretion at all.
Yeah.
It changed a lot for season 2, but...
No comment.
So how did it come about that you and Art were doing it together? Did you guys have a relationship prior to that?
No, I was a choreographer, dancer. I met Art before. She's like a fashion icon, blah, blah, blah. But I've choreographed one of the show that she was a part of before. And then they were like... I met her on the show, and so it was an interesting experience. In the beginning, I really hated her. I just didn't like her face.
Well, you know, she does have a poker face.
She has a bitch face.
Well, there you go.
She has a resting bitch face. And I really just disliked her as a human being.
Damn.
Yeah, in the
Why?
beginning, I just didn't like her. Because she doesn't smile a lot. It looks like she has a lot of Botox done, but not enough. So in the beginning, when I first saw her, I really didn't like her. There was just something really like, I just didn't get along with this person. And then after getting to know her 1 season and 2 seasons, she's become one of the person I love the most in the world.
Yeah,
like,
just earlier today you were FaceTiming her.
genuinely, like one of the people that I know, no matter what happens, she'll be there for me. And like, people is important in your life when they're there for you when you're down. She's always been there for me, and that's family for me. And so I'm so grateful that this show has given me another sister, because this human being is one of the best person I've ever met in my life. Talented, and the shit she puts on her body, if I put it on my body, I look stupid. But the fashion she has.
Honestly, both of you, and we're gonna do an episode just dedicated to your looks as well.
Okay, sure.
But I mean, I felt like sometimes you guys were a little rude because you guys would show the girls up with your fashion. I'd be like, how are they gonna do this to these poor girls? Like, we just watched them walk the runway and slay so hard.
Okay.
Because you guys, I mean, your stuff was just next level. It was
Thank you so
good.
much. Thank you. But I mean, come on, we're hosting the show that we both love. What?
I would do the same thing.
Exactly, right? Mangle them up. But this is a show I love. This is a show I adore. So this is an opportunity for me to showcase and art to showcase as well what we do. And of course, when we first hosted, everyone was just saying, we're not worth it, we're not worthy, who are these people to do it? So for us, it's a way of us showcasing what we can do as well.
Yeah.
So Art and I would be like, each week, let's just bring it so people don't just say like, who the are these people, and message us on Instagram with saying like, you haven't paid your dues. You know?
I feel like all the new hosts, well, I mean, you guys were the first ones though, so you had no blueprint, but because it was just RuPaul for that. But I feel like it seems like all the new hosts get that. I get that. I hear those kind of things.
Yeah.
You know? So the show gets picked up. You guys do season 1. It seemed like the response was really great to it. No?
Not in Thailand.
Not in Thailand? What was the response in Thailand?
The comments was like, it's so different from the show. A lot of people didn't really get it because the format of the show was so loved, and there were these catchphrases and basically what people were used to, and we were doing it so differently that I don't think people were used to it. But then I think people really loved it after season 2, after being acclimated to it.
Right.
Let's be real, bitch.
Yeah, I mean, it very much set its own path versus like now all the franchises very much follow the exact path. Yeah. My favorite catchphrase from the show is Art when she goes, music! I think that's the best change because it just is so hilarious to me every time.
Music?
No, she yells it.
Music!
Yeah, there you go. That's it.
Yeah. Music. It's spelled MEWZIKKK.
You said that you guys had a rocky start, didn't necessarily get along. How quickly did that change? Because I never saw that watching the show.
Yeah, because I'm a good actress. I'm an actress now, Andy.
So was it during season 1 you guys started to get closer?
I don't know how she felt, and I was really honest with her after the season. But in the beginning, I was just finding it difficult. But then I think after week 2, I was just like, this person's kind of amazing. And I was learning so much about fashion. And I was a sponge. Because before, I knew what I knew. I just knew costumes, and there's nothing wrong with that. And for me, I was like, pink goes with pink, or white goes with pink. And I couldn't think out of the box when it comes to fashion. And so being next to Art for 1 season and seeing how she pulls off looks, this person's a genius, and not everyone is like that and is born with the genes to be able to put shit together. So it's great for me to absorb from her.
I love that. You mentioned the format.
Okay.
And we talked about this the other night too, but I guess my complaint with it was that like specifically that it was like a roast or an award show kind of thing that they did, where Natalia won that challenge. She won the Maxi challenge, but then because of the runway, she was in the bottom 2.
Well, then you can look at it from 2 points. you should never fuck up on anything if you're going to win a competition.
Well, there you go.
Number one, so you can't let your guard down at any point. But number two, Drag Race Thailand is hosted by Art Araya. In the season 1, she was the main host. I was just a co-host. Season 2, we were both like equally.
Bitch, in season 1, they made you come through the basement door.
Yeah.
That cracked me up too.
Yeah.
She couldn't even come through the main door.
Yeah, so season 1, I wasn't even the main host. Let's just get that right now. Season 1, I was the co-host. Season 2, it was 50-50. We put emphasis on fashion. And there again, if you're going to win Drag Race Thailand, you have to be amazing at everything. And maybe the format on the original show, they put a lot of emphasis on the challenges.
Right.
But when it comes to Drag Race Thailand, where this is how it is.
Yeah.
Sorry about it.
It's officially canceled? Not coming back?
When is it canceled? What are you talking about?
Are we gonna get a season 3?
What are you talking about? I really do hope we have
like a revival.
I do hope we have a revival because you know what? I think everyone wants it.
When you guys do it again, is there anything that you'd want to do differently?
No, because we want to put the emphasis on fashion as well. But having said that, if I was to do it again, correction, when I'm going to do it again, I think we're going to have a format where we're going to be like 50% is on the runway, or maybe 40% is, 30% will be on the runway and 70% will be on the challenge. So it's debatable. It's still up in the air.
Now you're like really
Now I'm like, oh, I don't know. Because it's not just me, it's also Art.
Yeah.
Art is a fashion person. She loves
producers and
we have producers, blah blah blah. But for me, I am a performer, so we have different criteria, you know. But then again, when we do season 3, maybe Art and I am not the host anymore. There might be other drag queens who are coming up.
I can't imagine that happening.
Yeah, me neither. Okay.
In season 1, is there anything that just really always sticks out as like favorite memories or favorite moments from the show?
Just the fact that the girls walk into the workroom and it's a show that we all adore and we've never had it before, and when it was set up, it was just so rich with emotion and everyone was just so thrilled. And it's not a positive thing, but I mean, I shouldn't say that. Morgan got really sick. I was really concerned because the week where she didn't partake in the challenge, she was really, really sick. Like she was like devastated.
Morgan is somebody I would like to see come back too, because
I think so too.
I thought she had so much passion in her lip syncing that there was so much potential there, but she was just a baby, you know.
She was just a baby, and you know what? Let me just say,
she's so fierce now.
Oh my God, she's one of the best makeup artists I've ever seen, and the way she paints, I got her to paint my face once, and I was like, the way we see color, she sees like 5 different ways.
She should be your, when you guys do season 3, she should be your Shangela and bring her back.
I want to bring her back. I think she's one of the girls I think deserves to be brought back.
I
for sure.
I think that there was, she just had like the qualities just wasn't fully formed yet.
Yeah.
It was pretty damn early on that you were like, Natalia's like a superstar.
Yeah, she is.
Anime Wong is like, I mean, so many of them are, but I'm just saying, like, she has that little thing in the eye that is hard to.
She has charisma, for sure.
Yeah, you can't recreate some of this. You know, she just naturally has it. Mm-hmm. You're close with Anime Wong, right? Because you guys work together.
Yeah, we're like soul sisters.
Yeah,
it's undeniable. I mean, just after season 1, then we became even closer. Prior to that, she's someone I look up to as well, but that doesn't affect, how judging as well. And now she works at a House of Heels.
So did you have any relationships with any of the contestants, outside?
Sexually?
Yeah, that too.
No.
Like prior to, and what was that like?
Well, it's funny because I saw the comments on the Thailand version of Reddit, and they were like, well, obviously Minnie Minaj is going to win, or Anime Wong is going to win because there's Pangina girls. And I was like, all the contestants are my girls. Literally, Thailand's not that big. I've known Natalia. Most of the people I know or Art knows.
The only person who really doesn't have to deal with that is Rue, because obviously we saw that with Brooklyn on Canada as well. Like, she knew all the girls very well as well.
Yeah.
We talked a little bit about the fans' response. Was there anything that really, from season 1 that was impactful?
I think a lot of people would like to see Anime Wong back.
Yeah. I mean, she's just so good.
I think she was amazing. I think it was rightly so that Natalia won. Her show was the best. With the track record and everything, everyone wanted to see Anime Won crown. I think it was pretty close.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. I would love to see, we're talking about having them come back or whatever, but I wish they would integrate those girls into like All-Stars and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean,
Especially
I don't know.
now that everything's like, well, not over, but as the virus is wrapping up, hopefully the girls can start contemplating doing some of that.
Yeah.
Because they need to be featured more, you know? And again, you know, we've talked about it on my channel too, where sometimes even we omit them as well. For instance, I just brought up Natalia being in the bottom 2, and that was a double save. And I just did a double save video last week, and I didn't include it. She won the challenge, so it just it's that also just kind of stuck in my butt.
Yeah.
But so season 2 happens, and you no longer have to come out of the basement.
Yeah,
You get your own doorway.
Much more of an equal, finally.
Season 2, we get a new
Thanks to
wardrobe.
art. Yeah, we got a different location. It was much bigger.
Oh, speaking of that,
Yeah.
we talked about this too. You guys didn't film the way they film like US Drag Race, where it's like, you know, all in a few weeks. You guys filmed. Like,
No, it was 3
over
months, bitch.
months.
It was 3 months.
What was the reasoning behind filming that way?
Don't ask me. It was crazy. It was twice a week usually, and so it was like, yeah, it was twice a week. So it's like one episode per week. Usually we film on a Tuesday, 1 day rest, and we do a Thursday. We can't do it on the weekends because they have to double the pay.
I would imagine that would make it so that you guys got way closer as a with the queens, with each other in general. Because it sounds like you're still really close with just about everyone, right?
Yeah, I mean, they're
Still
all
keeping contact.
the ones that I choose to do so with.
Well, damn.
Yeah, I mean, they're all my babies or my sisters, and even with family, you fight.
Yeah.
Or you disagree. But at the end of the day, you love
And with drag
them.
queens in a room, there's always,
Oh my
you
God,
know,
loud as
you
fuck.
put people in the room long enough and something will happen.
Yeah.
So season 2, we get our first ever trans winner of RuPaul's Drag Race.
Angela Anang.
And I mean, you know, talk about amazing moments. That finale, her performance in that finale. It takes a lot for me to get emotional and
Did you cry?
I did cry.
Oh my God.
It was unbelievable. It was like, well, there's not, and I actually felt really bad for Candy going right after her, Candy Cyanide, because there was just so much depth to what had just happened.
Yeah.
And then she had to follow that.
Yeah.
You know?
And yeah, it was basically a summation of her life.
Yeah.
When she was, I had this kind of premonition thing. When she was shaving her head backstage, I was like, this bitch is going to win.
You saw her doing it?
I saw her doing it, and I was like, you don't understand, for trans women, hair is so important.
Right.
It's like an extension of who they are. And so when she was like, this, shaving it backstage, and it was like, I want to win this competition, it was like, oh my God, I couldn't. It wasn't just like a performance, it was a life story.
Yeah, I mean, it was beyond one of the greatest performances in Drag Race history, period, point blank.
Father's reaction, oh my God.
Her father, yeah.
Oh my God, it was just so powerful and touching.
That's when that's when I started to cry.
Yeah, me too.
When
oh my God.
When you realize what was happening, it was just too much. It was just too much. It was too beautiful. Other standout moments.
Season 2, Candy burning off her mustache. Oh, sorry, eyebrows.
I just kind of laughed like that.
Yeah, it was real. Because when I was hosting, which was interesting.
That was a weird week.
It was a weird week because it was
those guest judges
interesting.
Were harsh, very very harsh.
No comment. And basically, she put gasoline on her body, right? It usually worked if you do it and then it burns out. But because she was waiting so long, the gasoline simmered into her costume, and then she spinned. Oxygen is not good with flames.
Right.
So initially when it burned her so badly, she had to go to the hospital.
Oh, crap.
All her eyebrows were burned and her nose hairs.
So you're like, well, we have to have her win the challenge.
Well, you know.
She gets a prize for this.
Yeah.
It's still cool. It was still wild.
It was still cool, but I just don't think you should kill yourself for drag. I mean, pain, yes, but killing yourself, no.
God, a lot happened in season 2.
Yeah. Mocha Diva.
Yeah. You going off on Mocha Diva was
What
fierce.
Happened? I didn't even remember that.
And I get it. It's like, you're only saying this because you're thinking that, she was thinking that you guys were going to be like, well, we'll eliminate her and you can stay. You know, I think that's what or either that or, you know, some people like to like, if
you know what?
down,
I'm just going to say it because the show is over now. But it's not the only one who was cheating.
Oh?
There was several people who was cheating. You know who you are. I'm not gonna say it.
If you guys are like the way your filming schedule worked, I mean, it would be very easy to do so. You know what I mean?
Come on. In the U.S. version, you guys obviously were in the house. You can't get out.
Yeah.
Here, you can go out, come back. It's very easy for people to do stuff. Mocha said that Kim Hoi did it, but a lot of people did it too. No matter even if it was a prop, it was something big or small, a lot of people brought shit back into the workroom. So,
like, what was that conversation like? Because you guys chose to eliminate both of them right then.
Well, I think with that lip sync, I think Mocha Diva was supposed to go home, but with the rules being broken, she had to go.
You had to do it.
Yeah. But I thought that and this is a personal thing, I think that Kim Hoi would probably have won the competition.
Oh.
Or be in the top 3 with...
I was going to say, I don't think anyone would have beat her.
No, I don't think so. But you didn't see what she was going to do in the finale. You didn't see what Kim Hoi is going to do.
Very true. Well, and also, yeah, it's like the first time where 2 girls that were eliminated came back and made it to the finale.
The 2 girls coming back, they're fan favorites. It's amazing. But there should have been a reason why they just came back. I personally felt that all the girls should have a choice of coming back.
Right.
Not just these 2. Not just these 2.
Well, we've seen that with just recently with Down Under, where Art definitely had some backlash for just randomly being brought back as well. So I think we are getting to that point where like it needs to either be everyone get a shot to come back or
even just like let the people in the competition choose the girls, not just like, hey, they're back.
Yeah,
it's just so unfair.
They just did that with UK when they brought Joe Black back. The girls voted, but I mean they did well the rest of the season. But I think at the end of the day, like, fate was inevitable. Why didn't you guys get to host the finale? Oh,
I don't know.
That was weird.
Yeah.
I remember thinking like, who the hell is this?
But then when they said it, I was like, okay, I don't mind it because I mean, season 1 when we had to host, we were running around the whole time and I didn't have time to eat and I was just like really upset. I was like, people were yanking me the whole time. I had 3 outfit changes and we were like, well, we're getting paid the same. Yeah. So when they were like, do you want an MC? It was like, okay. I guess we were just lazy bitches, me and Art. But I understand. And then the audience was like, you guys know the girls the best. Why didn't you host? So looking back, maybe we should have. It was random, I guess, is the right word for it. Right. I really felt like that first lip sync of the season should have been a double elimination. Yeah, it should have, but we couldn't because the producer was like, we can't eliminate 2 people at the same time. I mean, how fun would that be? Besides, I guess, Valentina with her mask, it was the only time they had to re-lip sync, which was wild. Yeah, actually, oh my God, Art actually said that. Can we eliminate both of them? It should have been. She said that. And Art said that, and then the producer was like, no. Not this early in the competition. And I think it's the very next week, right? Silver Sonic does the same again. She's spending half the lip sync trying to take off her pants. You remember that? Yeah. I think it was the very next week. When did you find out that season 3 wasn't going to be starting back up right away? I mean, after season 1, season 2 didn't start out like after 2 months and they were like, oh, we're gonna do it. So season 3, they just haven't talked about it yet. So I don't know. Maybe it'll happen in the future. You really never know with these things. Yeah. Obviously it's up to the network and all of that. Is there any like talk of shopping to a different network or anything like that? Not yet, but I do think that with these things, it doesn't have to be within a time frame, and it only helps if you're waiting more years for more drag queens to blossom, because you're only going to have more talent. But if it's up to me, I would want to do a Drag Race Thailand All-Stars where I bring up people that I think are either fan favorites or people who we haven't seen enough of, or people who deserve to win to come back and kill the competition.
Yeah, that would be fierce. That would be really fierce.
Wouldn't that be fun?
And also, I mean, just in the short time that Thailand's been off the air, Drag Race has grown an insane amount.
Yeah.
An explosion.
All over the world.
Literally. It's to the point now, too, where I'm like, can we cancel all of them? And do Drag Race North America, Drag Race Europe, Drag Race Asia.
Drag Race, Brooklyn, Drag Race Las Vegas,
It's just too much. It's so much.
But that's so great about it.
No,
you get to see culture.
Exactly.
And, different perspective. Yeah.
That was what was great about, I always remember Canada, thinking I knew enough about Canada, and I got to learn so much about Canada. But that's how most of the good franchises are.
I think my favorite franchise is Drag Race UK.
Drag Race UK is a whole nother.
I loved it. I don't know why.
It's beyond. I mean, the Queen.
Oh, is that you agreeing?
Oh, I 100%.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Because it is. Freaking love it.
Right now, it's the best. I think the best franchise airing for sure.
Except from Drag Race Thailand.
Is that airing right now? Is that airing somewhere in Ireland?
Yeah. I do love Drag Race UK. It's so fun and so much culture, and the queens have so much charisma and they're so funny,
So what is next for Pangina?
What's next for me? Well, House of Heels is going to be opened real soon. Just keep looking out for me, because I never quit. I'm the bitch that never quits. And I'm excited for the future, for the near future, for things to be... I don't know.
Things to blossom like your butthole.
And bruised.
Blossomed and bruised.
Yeah.
The Pangina heals.
Yeah. That's the only thing that never heals. I'm looking forward to the future so much, because I think I'm trying to elevate myself and doing so much more and just go beyond. And I'm here in the States and getting to tour. It's like such a blessing. And every time I get to see people who are basically like saying like, you're such an amazing representation and thank you for doing what you do, it's just uplifting and making me want to keep going. And just me being on this channel because I'm a fan, it's amazing.
I love that. Okay, so let's do this.
Yeah.
Before we go, let's just do a couple more things for Drag Race.
Sure.
What was your favorite lip sync of each season?
Toxic, season 1.
I live for that. Also,
Toxic.
it is the only lip sync where there's 3 people lip syncing that I can think of at this moment.
Yeah.
Where it's not chaotic.
Yeah.
Like, it's perfect because each one has their own story and somehow they don't ever get in each other's way.
No.
It's so good. That should have been a triple save.
That should have been
a triple save.
Should have been. We know with the girls within our community, judge as a lip sync assassin.
Unless it's the last song.
True, but the thing
eliminated in.
But the thing is, like, she does songs that, oh my god, how do I put this correctly? It's just certain things she does really well, and I've never seen other people do it before.
To be honest, a lot of times a lip sync isn't necessarily a representative of what their drag is, because they didn't pick that song.
It's like a random ass song that we did it because we had the copyrights to it.
What about season 2? Favorite lip sync from season 2?
I love Kana and Anjali lip syncing together because they were helping each other. That was so beautiful.
Well, I think this has been lovely. A lovely chat.
Yes, thank you.
We'll definitely be back and we'll do, we'll go over your looks. We'll talk about your looks.
Okay.
But we're gonna head on out of here, and we are so glad you got to see us. Bye.